Feels like we were just in here because we were like an hour ago. But yeah, I have a lot more positive things to say in this video than in the Red Wings video. So let's get into it. The pitching was solid. Teheran had a good game. Only allowed one run. I think he pitched 6 innings. Yeah, because we brought in the reliever in the set. Yeah, he pitched 6 innings. Very good. He wasn't. This is the first time we got to see him start. This is the first time we got to see him pitch since we signed him in the offseason. And I like him. I think he's a good pitcher. I think he's definitely going to help us. Will he start much more? I don't know if he's going to start that much more, but can he be a good reliever? Maybe not a closer, because he doesn't have the fastest of pitches, but he could be a good closer because he does have good control. He has a variety of pitches, and, in like the end of the 7th or 8th inning, if you need a few outs, he could definitely come in handy. And he can start games and pitch like this probably at least 5 more, 6 more times throughout the season. I think he's definitely going to be a valuable part of this team. Like I said, he has a variety of pitches. Not the fastest. I mean, he only touches 90 a few times. I don't think I saw a pitch get above 93. But even though they're slower, he has control. He can put a bunch of movement in a ball to where you think it's going one way, and then it cuts and it goes another way, and you can't switch up fast enough, and then the batter swings and misses. And yeah, that's going to be valuable. Brian Garcia, I think Brian is his first name. I know it starts with a B. He was a good closer. I liked him. I think we should definitely see him throughout the season. He's another guy that isn't super fast, but he has control. And he might not get a bunch of strikeouts, but on some of those balls where it has a lot of movement and a batter does make contact with the ball, it might go off the end, or you might not get good wood on it, and it's a grounder. We pick it up and it's an out, or he doesn't get enough power into it to get it out of the park, so an outfielder gets it. So Brian Garcia is going to be a pitcher that may utilize his defense more, but that's fine because we have a pretty good defense. But he might utilize his defense more than relying on strikeouts. But I don't care. As long as we're getting outs and as long as we're winning games, it's fine with me. So yeah, let's get into the next segment. Our defense was solid. Like I said, Brian Garcia relied on our defense today, and they showed up. Shoop moving to first base was actually a good move by Hinch. I know this is the first time we've gotten to see him there, but he played good there. He looked like the same Gold Glove finalist that we know him to be. Will he be a Gold Glove finalist this year? I don't know. I got to see him there a few more times. But if he can play first base, that's going to be good for when Miggy needs to DH, and he can still go back to second or shortstop. We just have guys that are very versatile, and that's good. That's also going to help him in Gold Glove voting, if he's versatile and good at multiple positions. And yeah, our outfield was good. As we know, Jacoby Jones has freaking wheels. Robbie Grossman, wheels. Wilson Ramos. I'm going to go with Ramos. Wilson Ramos, good. Good. He can frame a badly pitched ball very well. He can get in front of wild pitches. He can catch wild pitches. We saw a few that were off the mark today, and he caught them, and he didn't let them get by him. And that's valuable. It's going to save us multiple runs throughout the year. Let's get into the next segment. The offense, yeah, I think we found some consistent bats. Well, maybe not super consistent, but we found guys that can at least hit. Niko Goodrum seems to still be having struggles at the plate, which sucks. But he needs to work on that. Robbie Grossman, I don't know why they're walking him so much, but they are. It's 6 walks in 9 plate appearances so far. I don't know how, but yeah, that happened. I think he did. He was a good. He is a slugger. He's a power hitter. He was brought here to hit home runs, but getting on base is good too. So we'll take it. And maybe they are kind of afraid of him because he can hit home runs. And if he hit a home run in this game in those later innings, it was over. That's it. It was over. So they might have been afraid of him, and that might have been why some of the pitches were as crazy as they were and he got walked. But whatever the case may be, he's getting walked, and that's good. We just need to get on base. Because if you don't get on base, you can't score. Home runs are good. Love home runs. It's exciting. It's nice to watch. Miguel Cabrera, Nomar Mazara, Wilson Ramos, Robbie Grossman, all those guys, Willie Castro, all those guys hitting home runs, good. But we also need to remember that we need to get on base. But yeah, we have guys that can hit home runs. We have guys that can get on base. It's good to have a variety of those guys. And most of the guys that can hit home runs also can do good on the base paths. Maybe not Miggy. Miggy's definitely not going to steal a bunch of bases, but he's not a liability on the base paths. He's not as slow as he was last year. Robbie Grossman has wheels. He's probably going to steal a few bases. Wilson Ramos, probably same story as Miggy. Not going to steal a bunch. Niko Goodrum, if he can get on base, he's going to steal. He's going to steal bases. And do it. They're going to do it efficiently. Nomar Mazara, I'm not so sure. It's kind of iffy. I feel like he wouldn't steal a bunch of bases, but I don't know. I know we haven't. The Tigers in general didn't steal a bunch of bases last year, but it's fine. That's fine. Just as long as we're scoring, I don't care how we do it. As long as we're playing good, I'm fine with it. I think part of it is the managing of AJ Hinch, because he's good. He's a good manager. On to the next segment.
Like the way that I dance, she like the way that I move, she like the way that I rock, she like the way that I walk.
In summary, from the two games that I've watched, we're a playoff team. We're a good team. I haven't been able to say that in a long time with confidence. As long as we don't do what we did last year, where we just fall off after a good start, and then it's a whole roller coaster ride, We fall off, we're bad, and then we're good, and we're trying to get a playoff spot, and then we're bad, and then we're good again. As long as we don't do that, I think we're fine. I just have to see, 20, 30 games into the future, see how we play, and then I can make a more accurate judgment of if this is all a fluke, or if we're going to do like we did last year, where it was just a roller coaster ride of a season. This is a longer season, so that might play to our benefit. It gives us more time to work out some things that aren't so good for us. Like, we need to be a bit more consistent on offense. That's our big thing that we need to work on. We need to get more hits. But yeah, our pitching is solid. Just eliminate a few of the mistakes. We're good. Our defense is solid. I feel like we could definitely make a push for the playoffs this year, and I think that's what we should do. We have guys that were drafted high, and they'll be here in a few years. This is the point where we need to start seeing the development of the rebuild. If we don't start seeing them soon, we need to start getting concerned that the rebuild might not have worked yet. and we're going to have to wait another 5 to 10 years again. I don't want that to be the case, so I'm hoping we make the playoffs this year, even if we get eliminated in the first round. Even if we don't go that far, we made the playoffs. It's going to be a huge morale boost, and we can still draft good with a lower pick. There's 1,000 rounds in this draft. You can still find an all-star quality guy with a later first-round pick. Especially with AJ Hinch, who did this exact thing in Houston. This is a similar situation to what he walked into in Houston, and he can definitely help us. And maybe even get us a World Series in like 10, 15 years. It's not going to be immediate. It's going to be a while, but yeah. I will see you guys next time. As always, I'm not funny, and Tigers are a good baseball team, finally. At least a decent one.
Love on each other, as in, like, you know, tell each other they love. I don't know, like, who the person is. So, the fuck you doing? The fuck you doing? Dumbass. My bad, y'all.